Do you want potatoes?
Yes, I definitely want potatoes.
One look and he was lost. Blonde, blue-eyed, perfect smile. He couldn't help but look again, but his comrade urged him forward.
You want to hear the story or what?
The next day, Steve arrived early at the mess hall, hoping for another look. He greeted the girl casually, but his eyes couldn't hide his joy. However, she told him,
I don't date GIs.
My sister.
Ever.
Until.
It's not gonna happen.
You say that now.
It turned out she was the commander's daughter. Her father had warned her many times never to date soldiers. He had trained countless men in uniform. He knew soldiers didn't know how to treat girls or keep promises.
Promise me what?
Promise I won't date anyone in the military.
Though she agreed aloud. But when true love arrives, who can really resist it? Steve wanted to find out how Jane truly felt about him. Steve asked Jane's best friend Julie to help find out. Jane had some affection for him, but that was all. Her upbringing had been strict. She didn't want Steve to break her bond with her father, but she didn't know. For Steve, one glance was a lifetime. That day he returned to the mess hall once again.
Will you go out with me?
Squash?
Sure.
Applesauce?
Can I serve you some food?
No.
She thought constant no's would make him quit, but to her shock, Steve showed no sign of giving up, so in the days that followed, he began his daily questioning routine.
Can I take you to the movies?
Will you?
What are you doing Monday?
Washing my hair?
Go for a walk?
No.
Your eyes are beautiful.
Not a chance.
Thursday.
Washing my hair again.
Friday?
Doing the laundry.
Do you like me?
Nope.
Sunday.
Maybe.
Eventually, his daily greetings made her let go of her guard. Slowly moved by his determination, Jane dressed beautifully. She lied, saying she was going to the movies with Julie. He asked again and again, "Just you and Julie?" "Yes," she said, only then did he let her go. He told her to be back before 10. They walked the park path. Talking, Steve learned about her family. He told her,
He's not wrong. There are a lot of guys who don't know how to treat a lady. But I'm not one of those guys.
Sitting on a bench, Jane told him how much she missed college. Her parents' old-fashioned views crushed her dreams. Steve listened quietly. He comforted her perfectly, watching the sincere man before her. Nothing like the soldier her father described. He was respectful and incredibly thoughtful.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I still. Where did that come from?
Some guys think it's okay to talk to more than one girl at a time.
I'm not one of those guys. You're the only girl I want to be talking to.
Just as feelings grew, they leaned in, only to be interrupted by Julie and the others. Steve still gave her a goodnight kiss before Jane left with a smile. Her father said it was 11. Jane made up an excuse and went to her room smiling. However, the look on her face didn't escape her parents. They knew their daughter was in love, just not her father. The other one was actually a soldier. The next morning, Jane said she wanted to invite a friend over. Her father asked if it was her date. She said no, just a college friend. Steve arrived later, but his sharp haircut immediately raised eyebrows. Jane's father grew suspicious and began grilling Steve with questions. Jane answered every question first to prevent Steve from letting something slip, but she didn't know it. Unaware, she only confirmed what her father already suspected. As her mother started clearing the table, her father insisted Steve do it. Steve reluctantly took the dishes to the kitchen but was stopped again for tea. It felt like being treated like a servant. Jane thought it was too much, but Steve took the cup. 6 months later, her father still constantly tested Steve. After dinner that night, Steve was about to leave after washing the dishes, but Jane's father made him clean the storage room. Her mother couldn't stand it. She tried to defend Steve, but her father insisted on opening the door. Steve frowned. There was too much to clean up. He had no idea when he would be done. He had morning roll call at 6. Jane's father knew it was all to test Steve. Steve didn't want his work to be for nothing, so he forced himself to push on.
He's crazy. You don't have to put up with this.
You're worth it.
But even patience has its limit. One day, just as Steve was enjoying tutoring Jane, her father interrupted.
I got a serious weed problem out in the garden. Want to give me a hand?
Seeing Jane's concern, Steve didn't hesitate. He went outside to weed. The sun was scorching while Jane's dad drank cola. As he watched Steve sweat, his hands were scratched by the weeds. The gloves Jane's dad gave him were broken. He asked for a better pair. But he was denied, and finally, after another scratch, Steve took off the gloves.
What is your problem with me? I just don't trust you.
I don't even know what I've done.
But you don't think I see the way you two look at each other?
And would that be so bad?
Must be, or you two wouldn't keep telling me that you're just friends.
I'm not one of your recruits.
No, I knew what you were the moment I saw you.
And what's that?
Soft.
A moment's worth of words made Steve deeply regretful. He suspected Jane's father now knew his identity. He wanted to admit he was a soldier, but Jane held him back, knowing her father would never accept a soldier, but the truth couldn't stay hidden. One day, while Steve was on duty, a car pulled up. It was Jane's father.
Your friend here? Liar.
Back home, her father scolded Jane for lying and ordered them to never meet again. But Jane had fallen for Steve. She stood up to her father and they fought.
You think you're all so bad? I asked him to.
Pay attention. You're not good enough for you.
Well, shouldn't I get to decide that?
After being exposed, Steve and Jane could only meet secretly. One fateful day, Steve told Jane he was reassigned by his superiors to a distant place. After a long silence, Jane asked what would become of them. Steve hesitated. She thought he wanted to break up, but he told her,
I want to marry you
I want to marry you.
before I get transferred.
What? People usually get a ring in these kinds of situations.
Before I am transferred.
Shouldn't I have a... I can't afford what...
That's okay. I mean, you probably pick the wrong one anyway.
Though touched, Jane told Steve she still wanted her father's blessing.
What if he doesn't give it to me?
I don't see how we can be married if he doesn't. He'll always be my father. I don't want us to spend the rest of our lives sneaking around.
Steve understood her fears, but for their future together, he decided to make one last attempt, just as Jane's father found them the next day. Steve gathered courage to face Jane's father at the shooting range. Jane's father had Steve set the bottles, then fired before they were ready.
Are you insane?
Are you crazy? Steve snapped, telling Jane's father. He hoped for the father's blessing, but instead Jane's father gave him 2 chances. If he could hit the bottle from 15 meters away, he would approve, but Steve failed. Missed both shots, Steve stood frozen in disbelief. Perhaps it was fate's way. Steve returned to Jane, giving up, thinking her father would never accept him. Jane's father would never accept him, no matter how hard Jane tried to console him. Steve chose to end the relationship, but Jane refused to give up. She knew how deeply Steve loved her. Her father's challenge made him lose hope. Jane left home in tears. She told her father she loved Steve, but he wouldn't listen.
Lord, turn away.
You can't do this! Dad! You can't
This conversation is over, young lady.
Ollie! He left me! He's gone! Look at your mischief again! Does that make you happy? Does that bring you joy? I hope so! I hope so!
I hope so. Because you did lose one thing. You lost me. I will never forgive you. You're never gonna forget this.
Seeing her father's cold look, Jane turned away in disappointment. Did the father who loved her deeply feel nothing at all? Late into the night, the father kept polishing already clean shoes, unaware how long he'd been at it.
You remember when I was 9 months pregnant with Jan? And we thought I would go into labor at any moment. You would do this all night.
I have a meeting with General Robertson tomorrow.
Your shoes are clean, honey. It's your conscience that isn't.
You worry?
I am.
Yes, you are. I need to make a choice for them.
The next day, as Steve was drowning in despair, Jane's father found him. He braced himself for mockery. So he didn't show a good face, but he pulled out the shooting range bottle.
I've never seen anything like this happen. This bottle should have broke, but it didn't. It got me thinking. Maybe God is leaving this to me. So I think you're gonna marry my daughter.
The clouds cleared. Steve overjoyed. Jane and her father reconciled. The wedding took place as planned, with rings exchanged and vows made in church. While they glowed with joy, her father wept for his daughter below. He finally let go of his bias and that bottle at the range. Was it really Steve who did it? The wedding continued, but then the scene abruptly changed. A paralyzed old man lay in bed, his wife and daughter by his side.
Thank you.
You're gonna be okay.
They've shared most of life together. There he was, the once dashing Steve, now paralyzed in bed with his wife Jane by his side.
Sweetheart, I love you.
Not long ago, Steve finally retired. They were preparing for a long journey, more dependent on each other than ever.
You ready to see the world?
I thought I was looking at it.
Never imagined. Words of deep affection spoken by an old man were surprisingly moving, yet tragedy always strikes suddenly. A car accident left Steve paralyzed and shattered their dreams. His heartbeat was sustained by drugs, organs failing fast. They needed to prepare.
Daddy. Mom, he can't feel his arms. Dad, we wanted to touch him on his face. Above his chin, he can feel there. I'm here.
Jane tried to comfort him with a trembling voice, saying God would protect him. Everything would be fine. Jane appeared calm, but she was breaking inside.
Sorry? Let you go. Just tell me what's wrong. I need you to tell me what to do. Please. Please tell me what to do. Please. Oh.
The time to say goodbye. The pastor prayed sincerely for Steve. The daughters sobbed uncontrollably. Steve couldn't respond. But he knew those he loved were near, and they loved him too. His life was perfect and fortunate. As the EKG line flattened, Steve finally passed away peacefully. This is a film based on a true story. Though simple and overused, it feels close to real life. Watch till the end and you'll be surprised how deeply it moves you. You'll realize you've been crying all along. Let me end with Steve's words.
I had a miracle happen to me once. I think everyone gets to have one. And I wouldn't trade mine for anything.